Libra, hello. Welcome to your November reading. I'm going to take this off so it doesn't clank all the way through. This is Crow Indigo Intuitive Tarot, and this is your November read for Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising. And it is a general read, so it's not going to resonate for all of you. If it doesn't feel like it's speaking to your current situation, don't force the fit. It's possible that it's just not your reading. So let's just see what we have here for Libra. I'm not going to do all jumpers, but get the cards to a place where they feel right. We have two general questions this month, Libra. We have, first we're going to look at where is your joy? What's the path to joy for you this month? Where's your joy? And related to that is what needs attention? What in your life needs attention? They're very general questions. Just want to get some general guidance from Spirit for the month of November for Libra. We've started out with a couple of jumpers here. We have the Lovers, so there could be a new partnership on the horizon. It could be a love relationship. Someone else got the Lovers as well, Gemini, I believe. It could be a new relationship. It could be a decision between love and work. It could be about a work partnership. We have the Judgment card coming out after that. And that is speaking to sort of a culmination. It's a situation where there is a reckoning and you're reflecting on how you've gotten to this point in your life. It can be rewards from past efforts coming to you. And there's also a realization that we create our future with the decisions we make. That is also something that we get out of the Judgment card. It's quite nice art. This is the Line Strider Tarot. If you've not encountered it before, it's quite a nice deck. And we'll be using the White Sage Tarot to clarify. So it's possible that there's a new relationship for you. There's a new connection. You have literally have a new lover, or you have a new partner in business, and this connection is causing you to reflect. It can be that this feels like a reward for your past efforts, Libra. It could also be an affirmation of the fact that we create our future with the decisions we make. Sorry, it's not focusing. This could be a relationship that you've been working toward for some time, and it has happened for you. The Knight of Cups is our next energy. I'm playing with my focus today. You can see the Knight inside the fish. Knight of Cups is about following your heart. You're being idealistic, perhaps, and there's romance in the air. But there are some things still hidden. The Moon is telling me that things are not quite what they seem. Perhaps this affair, this love, is secret. Perhaps it's not yet been revealed to the world. Perhaps there's something about that connection that you're not aware of, or that is still hidden from you. So you are feeling deeply romantic. Things look good, but you can't quite see the whole picture. There's some obsessive, potentially addictive quality to this connection. Or it could be that it allows you to play, to embrace, the fun side of yourself, and to just have a pleasurable time in this connection, enjoying the romance of this connection. It's so far it's looking like it should be really, really good, but I've got this feeling in my stomach that it's not what it seems, which is unfortunate. I want to give you a really happy reading, but there's something really feels off here for me. I'm not quite sure why. Maybe we'll get into that in the clarifiers. Seven of Wands is your next energy. So it looks like this is something where you've really had to fight for this connection. You've had to persevere through a lot to get here. You could feel a little defensive about anything that threatens it, or anybody who makes comments about it, because it means a lot to you, this connection. This isn't somebody you just randomly meet and fall in love with. This is a connection you've been working on a long time. You have been orchestrating your path to get here, and it is you see it as your reward that you finally are able to have this relationship, whether it's a romantic one, which it seems to be because this Knight of Cups is quite a romantic energy, or a business partnership. Either way, you're quite invested in it, even though it's just begun, because it hasn't just begun for you. You've been thinking about it a long time, and you feel that you must defend it. You get defensive with other people if they comment on it. Why would they? I don't know. I can't really see why they would comment on it. It might be that they just didn't expect it, or it was surprising, or it doesn't fit with how they see you. The Queen of Cups is next. There's comfort in this connection for you. There's compassion here. I get the sense you're the one who's compassionate. I get the sense that you are the one who is, what's the word? I want to say cradling, like she's cradling the cup with the fish in it there. You see? Come on, focus. You're cradling this connection very close to you, very tenderly. You're nurturing it. You want it to survive, and you're holding it quite carefully. The Page of Pentacles is about ambition, desire. There's some quality of this connection that has to do with your ambitions in life. So you care a lot about this connection, even though it's just begun, because for you it hasn't actually just begun. You've been working toward it. And you do have joy here in this connection. There's romantic feelings, feeling that it's a reward for your efforts and that things are right. But there's just this, you need to pay a little attention to the potential that this is a bit of an addiction for you, that this is that this is something you feel like people might attack you for, and that there's something hidden from you still here. So Libra, let's just jump in here a little bit with some clarifying cards for you. Let's look at the Lovers and see if there's any clarifying here for Libra for November. Any clarifying cards all around the Lovers for Libra for November? Oh, that one wanted to jump out. It didn't quite fall yet. It's the Eight of Cups. You're making decisions with discernment. You are deciding what to keep and what to let go, and you're leaving something behind. You're leaving a connection behind to pursue this connection here. You know, it could mean that you're leaving this connection with a lover behind, but I don't think so. I don't know. Not real clear. I can't rule that out. This could be the end of a connection because you've decided that you deserve something better than this. And the reward here is your final walking away, your realization, but I don't know. That doesn't feel quite as real to me as it's a connection that's starting for you. But we also got the Hermit, which is about sort of going inside. Let me just pause for a moment and say, this is one of the cutest cards in this entire deck. The White Sage Tarot, the Hermit, this little sloth in his hoodie. Love this card. Anyway, so the Hermit is coming out with this as well. So maybe it is. Maybe it is a situation where you've stepped away from a lover because you've decided you deserve something better than this. It's not an easy choice to walk away from this. But you've given it a lot of quiet contemplation. You've gone within yourself and thought a lot about it, and you realize that this is not for you. Again, it could be that you've really had some time to think and decided that it is, in fact, for you. I'm really not sure. Maybe there are two different Libras out there that I'm picking up on. It really is starting to feel like two very different storylines, and they're 180s from each other. Let's see what else we can find here for Libra. What about the Judgment card? Do you have any clarifications for Libra for November for the Judgment card? Oh, something fell on the floor. Hold on. So the Judgment card is about reflection, sort of goes along with this Hermit energy, now that I think of that. It's reckoning and awakening. It's thinking about your past. It does tend to feel like it's a reward for past efforts. It doesn't have to be, though. It could be just a kind of a summing up and a realization that the decisions we make affect our future, that we create our future by making our choices. The Page of Swords in reverse came out. Focus. Page of Swords in reverse is about deception and manipulation. There could have been some deception and manipulation by you or by someone to you. The Hanged Man in reverse is the next energy that jumped out there for clarifying judgment. And that is all about stalling, where you know that something needs to be sacrificed, but you're afraid. You're afraid to give something up. You're afraid what it means if you give it up. It also can be needless sacrifice. So, it's almost as if there was something was given up, and the reasons you gave it up were based on something that was untrue, that you were manipulated into seeing a situation a certain way when in fact it was a deception. This is a very complicated reading, Libra, because I could also see it as, you have prevailed after there was some deception, after there was a reluctance to let something go. You've let it go, and that was absolutely the right choice because you were being deceived. Wow. So this started out looking to me like a pretty happy thing, that this was the joy was in this new relationship and the romantic feelings you had about the relationship. But I'm thinking now I was wrong. I think there was a relationship and you ended it. You chose to step away from it because after careful reflection you realized it was not the one for you. And that was absolutely the right choice, because your reward here is your freedom from a situation where there was deception. Although it was not an easy sacrifice to make, it was the right thing to do. So if that's the case, I need to understand a little better this Knight of Cups. I wasn't going to do clarifiers on every card, but I'm very curious now, Libra. What is the Knight of Cups about? And this could be happening in November. You could be making this final choice in November to step away from something. Or this could have been something that happened in the past. The Knight of Cups was clarified by the Two of Pentacles. This is balancing. You can see the sand dollars there. Balancing priorities, making decisions, very, very rationally to adapt yourself to a change. So it also can be sort of you're starting to get your resources back, your energy and your financial resources back in line so that you can move forward. So how could we interpret this Knight of Cups? Fundamentally, it's about following your heart. It doesn't have to be about romance. It could be that you are following your heart, and that is telling you that you need to be making choices that bring you back into balance. The Moon for Libra. The Moon for Libra for November. This is like the Pisces reading. It was so confusing, and I wasn't really getting it until the very end. I have a feeling we may be in the same territory here. November is, the Scorpio season. The energies are really quite esoteric sometimes. They get really deep, and sometimes it's hard to follow in the readings. The Wheel of Fortune is turning here for you. Something here that is unknown. There's a change coming. You can't quite see what it is, but it's a necessary end and a necessary new begin. The King of Wands is showing up. That's a pretty good energy to have because it's talking about being able to see the big picture, strong leadership qualities. You're overcoming challenges. So whatever this unknown is, you don't need to worry because you have what you need to overcome any challenge that comes from the changes that are presenting themselves in November. See the Devil energy for Libra, please. The Devil energy for Libra for November. Devil energy for Libra for November. Clarifying. Oh, got a bunch. All right. Three of Cups, community, friendships. The Six of Wands. There's victory and success. And the Five of Swords, which is ambition. So again, with the ambition, we had ambition here. I think that, this is telling me maybe that you're celebrating with friends some achievement that's come out of your ambitions, your personal ambitions, professionally or it can also be about this Five of Swords can be about except it's sort of facing your own limits, right? Where you've taken on too much and you back off. And that could be related to this relationship up here, whether it's a romantic relationship or a professional relationship. After your careful consideration and your decision that this isn't for you and you're walking away, it could have everything to do with this, realizing that it's put you in this space, this addictive, obsessive space, and so you're going to face your limit there, accept it, realize you've taken on something that's just too much, and that's not something you're upset about because there's a celebration here with your community. Maybe your friends are happy for you that you've made this change. This is Seven of Wands for Libra. Seven of Wands for Libra. Seven of Wands, which is this defensiveness, sort of, holding your ground and fighting to defend your position, keep control of what's yours. That quality of competition there as well. It has something to do with the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is a great energy. Gemini got this energy, I think. Maybe that was someone else. The Nine of Cups is about satisfaction, emotional stability, luxury, pleasure, and fulfillment. So you may be defending your way of life. You may feel quite comfortable in your life right now, and you will fight off anything that tries to interfere with the level of luxury and emotional stability that you're feeling at the moment. There's room in your life right now for pleasure and fulfillment and joy, and you're going to fight off anything that gets in the way of you really enjoying the life you've made for yourself. So maybe this, whatever this relationship was, you were realizing that it was threatening the really good life you've got going on right now, and you just don't have any time or space for that. It's also clarified by the King of Cups here. And this is a very compassionate energy. It's about balance and control as well, though. So it's emotional, but it's emotions that are managed and that don't overwhelm. So whatever you've got at the moment, it seems you have joy and happiness in your life. There was something else that you were considering here, but you've decided against it. Or if we, step back to the original look at things, you've decided this is the relationship you wanted. It's your reward, and there's romance. There's still a very strong feeling that there are secrets and obsessive qualities, but you could be celebrating with this person in this new relationship. You could be defending that relationship because that relationship makes you feel like you have luxury and balance, and your emotions are not roller coastering anymore. Everything is really solid. But I don't think that's it. I want to give you that interpretation because I did feel at the beginning that might be the story. But even when I felt that, it was feeling kind of wrong, like something was missing. I wasn't quite getting it. I do feel more strongly that it's a relationship you chose to walk away from. And I don't really know if it's a romantic relationship or if it was, a business partnership. It could be either one. But what you have here, this is a romantic situation. This is romance. This is love. This is interpersonal connection. It's very balanced. It's very solid. It is joy. It is your joy. And you are going to defend it if anyone threatens it. So, I don't think it's this, but it could be, I guess. Queen of Cups and Page of Pentacles. That sort of combined energy of compassion, calm, comfort, a very nurturing energy here, and this ambitious desire. The Page of Pentacles. That you're working toward, you're gathering your energies to work toward something that you desire. Let's look at those together. Can you look at those together, please? Some clarifiers on the Queen of Cups, Page of Pentacles for Libra for November. Got a couple cards here. We have the High Priestess in reverse. Little kitty with his moon. Her moon, his moon, its moon. You're not feeling very centered at the moment, perhaps. You're repressing some feelings. There are things that you're feeling that you're just not letting yourself feel anymore. And the Eight of Wands in reverse is also telling me that there's this focus. Oh. And you're worried about things moving too quickly. So you're slowing things down. So you're not really in touch with your inner voice at this moment. You feel a strong desire to nurture and hold something, someone. It's a really strong ambition of yours, and you're finding a way to get that all lined up. It could be some project that you're working on. It doesn't have to be a person, but it's something you care about a lot, and you want to be holding, gently, tenderly holding it in your hands. But you kind of sense all of this, that there's these secrets, right? There's something hidden. There's something hidden here. So you want to kind of slow yourself down a little bit. You maybe don't want to, but you are. There's an urge in you to kind of, okay, let's take it slow. And I am deeply confused by your reading, Libra. I think I'm picking up on two different people, or I'm picking up on one person, and on one day you feel like this is the love of my life, this is where I want to be, I'm so into this person, so deeply obsessed with them, I would do anything to get this relationship, I'm going to make it happen, I must have this person. And then the next day you feel, they're so bad for me, I need to make this choice to walk away. I have thought about this carefully, I know there is deception, I know there's lying, I need to balance my life out, I've got something really good with someone else right now, what is this? I can't, it doesn't fit in my life, I can't be doing this, I can't have the roller coaster, I need the nice even keel emotional life because I've got other things to take care of. So it's possible that there is a person I'm picking up on that has that duality within them, a Libra that is of two minds. That's definitely more of a Pisces or a Gemini, or, you know, kind of quality there to be of two minds at the same time. But it does happen, you know, it does happen. So that could be what we're getting here. Or it could just be that, you know, the previous energy around you was wanting and striving and making your plan and manifesting this relationship, and then something happened. Something became clear to you. You became more focused on what you already have, and you stepped back from this, but I really don't know. I want to give you a real positive reading here, but I'm not really feeling positive reading. I think the positive aspect is here, where you're focusing on the joy you're feeling in this connection that exists presently, not this potential or this past, but whatever you've got in your life right now, friends, family. You could have somebody already that you're connected to, or it could just be your own joy in independence. Whatever it is that you feel you would defend with all of your power, this is where your joy is. This here is where your joy is. And I guess focus on that is the most important thing, no matter what's swirling around in your head. And what needs attention? I think it's the same. I think this feeling, whatever it is that gives you this feeling, that it, you know, that's emotionally warm and nurturing but not roller coaster, that's where your attention needs to be right now. Just these cards just kind of scream someone who's very conflicted, someone who for a long time thought they wanted X, and then as time went on they realized that X was not what they thought it was, and so now there's a lot of residue to clean out. There's a lot of residue to clean out. Yeah, I just wanted to see what was on the bottoms of the decks. So here we have the Six of Swords. This is about leaving. This is about moving on. Yeah, okay. So I didn't do this for any of the other cards, any of the other signs, but kind of feel like I need to here because this is very, this one's gone long and it's quite confusing to me, but I'm just pulling off the bottom of the deck here. I think this clarifies things a bit. The Six of Swords is about moving on, leaving something behind, unnecessary something behind. The Nine of Swords This is the anxiety about things, not being really sure about anything, feeling, whatever it is that's worrying you, that's keeping you up at night. The Five of Wands, there's conflict, there is fighting, there's tension, there's clashes. But then there's the World, and the World is a completion, the end of a cycle, it's fulfillment, it's the end of all of this, okay? And gets you back to focusing on your Nine of Cups and your King of Cups energies, the things that are really quite happy for you. If you're single, it's, maybe you were trying to date somebody and it just didn't work out, but that's okay, because being single is pretty awesome. And then on this other deck, I'm just looking at the bottom, we've got Death, which is a necessary end to make space for a new beginning. And we have the Ace of Wands, which is this resurgence of creative energy and inspiration, wonderful new beginning there. And then Justice, the balancing of the scales, everything coming back to where it's meant to be. And I think that is, I'm glad I was drawn to look at those cards, because that does clarify. You've been going through it, Libra, I think, and I think this is past. I don't think this is what's happening in November. I think what's happening in November is that you are getting clear on how good this is. You're getting clear on, and sometimes people will say that Nine of Cups is, like a wish fulfillment to some extent, but it's really a joyful energy. Either way, it is focused on very positive feelings, and the King of Cups is an excellent, balanced love energy. None of the drama, none of the roller coaster. This is really good stuff, whether you're with someone or not. And I think this is the absolute focus of your reading, defending that, defending what is good and not losing sight of it, because something has ended. You've got a lot of mess still in your head about whether or not it was the right thing to do, whether or not you should go back to it, what should you do, I wanted it for so long, but this is telling me that was the right choice. It was the right choice, and you're moving forward, and this is something to keep. You're feeling this right now, and you should focus on that. I'm going to pull now one of these affirmators. This is not really an oracle deck, they're affirmation cards, and they've got a little humor on the side there. Let's just see if we can find one for Libra for November. Excuse me. Everyone's a teacher. Someone else got this one too. Forget who. Everyone's a teacher. Everyone I cross paths with is a teacher in that moment. The ones who give me the fun lessons are the ones I call friends. The ones who give me the hard lessons I sometimes call a-holes. They've chosen a tough job, but someone's got to do it. So today I'm thanking all the a-holes. Thank you, a-holes, for playing your part in making me a better person. So, you've learned some lessons, and I think November is all about integrating those lessons from September, October time frame, integrating those lessons, focusing on the joy that you're feeling in this present reality of yours that you've created, defending it. And what needs attention is the certainty that you've made the right choice, because these lessons were all very useful, but you don't really need to be repeating them because you have learned them. You just need to integrate. I think that's what I have for you, Libra. I do apologize, it took me a while to get there, but this is, I believe, definitely what we are seeing in these cards. Whoever this is for, it probably wasn't as confusing for you, because this is all in your head all the time. And just imagine how great it's going to feel when you let that go completely, when you've integrated it and you moved on and your space is filled with this energy here, because this isn't complicated. This is just really supportive and good, and it feels great. And by the end of November, I think you're going to be kind of in that space more often than not. And that's going to be a fantastic feeling after keeping all of this in your head for so long. Yeah, I hope you have a great November. And I thank you for letting me read for you. It's always an honor. And we'll see you next time. Blessings.